CVM News at 7. Dr. Kevin Blake installed as new Commissioner of Police. A look at the legacy of Major General Anthony Anderson and Bogwalk shooting. New evidence challenges police narrative.
Also this evening, man engulfed by flames following highway crash. In the business report, GOJ urged to enforce building codes. While in sports, Ricketts ready to roll following re-election as JFF president. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. I'm Stephen McHugh.
And I'm Carolyn Brown. It's Monday, March 18, 2024. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, after 6 years as Commissioner of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Major General Anthony Anderson moments ago passed the baton to Dr. Kevin Blake, who was serving as one of the country's deputy commissioners.
Our reporter Natalia Clark is on location at the Office of the Commissioner of Police, where the official handover ceremony is still underway. Natalia?
All right, standing by, Natalia.
Natalia?
Natalia, are you hearing us?
No, that's why I was not hearing.
All right, we'll get back to Natalia in a moment. We should tell you that Natalia earlier takes us through some of the changes in the JCF over the past 6 years under the leadership of the former commissioner. She spoke with them.
Now at least.
Major General Anthony Anderson, 34 years in the Jamaica Defence Force, JDF, before taking over the top post in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. Taking the reins from George Wallo in March 2018, Commissioner Anderson's first notable achievement is a 22% decline in murder. In 2018, 1,287 were recorded, which was 360 fewer than in 2017. However, since then, the tally hasn't dipped below 1,300, peaking in 2022 with almost 1,500 homicides. Still, many could argue that's an improvement for Jamaica, given its significantly less than infamous peak years in Jamaica's recent history. That could be attributed to the use of division-specific policing plans, an anti-gang strategy, community intervention, and the expansion of quick response teams. Major General Anderson's tenure has also seen some modernization through technology in the JCF. This includes upgrading the automated palm and fingerprint identification system island-wide and the implementation of a computerized system to replace big books in police stations for logging reports. The force's transformation also impacted its people, infrastructure, and equipment. For 3 consecutive years, recruitment exceeded 1,200 annually. There's been increased procurement of motor vehicles, and about 120 stations island-wide have been built and or rehabilitated. Under Commissioner Anderson, other improvements have been noted, with the goal being to earn the public's trust and rebrand the constabulary as a force for good. Today, March 18, 2024, after 6 years as a top cop, Major General Anthony Anderson passes the baton on to his former deputy, Dr. Kevin Blake. Natalia Clark, CVM News.
And we can now try to get our reporter Natalia, who is on location at the Office of the Commissioner of Police, where the official handing over ceremony is still underway. We do apologize.
Of police on Old Hope Road in Kingston. And moments ago, we witnessed the official change of command in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, with Major General Anthony Anderson passing the baton on to Dr. Kevin Blake, who is a former Deputy Commissioner of Police. Now, the outgoing Commissioner of Police ends his 6-year tenure today, and Dr. Blake takes up the mantle tomorrow, March 19. Now, the ceremony lasted roughly around 2 hours in a room filled with officers who were all beaming with pride. They lauded the outgoing Commissioner of Police for his contribution to the force, which they all described as an in the region, namely saying that it is now matching up to international standards, saying that there is a lot more to put into the force, but they are all committed getting that done. Now, Dr. Blake did say he's not yet ready to speak to the media, but he noted focus for him going into the post to come tomorrow is transparency and accountability, as they all hope to slay the crime monster. Now, he also described the force presently as an envy in the region, saying that there has been much improvement on Major General Anderson, and he's very proud to follow in Major General's post, and that he is very committed to building relationship with the average Jamaican on the ground, to build trust and reinforce in the minds of Jamaicans that the JCF is a force for good. Now, we will have all the details in our subsequent reports tomorrow at midday on the CVM and also in our news at 7. I'm Natalia Clark reporting down here at the office of the Commissioner.
Thank you, Natalia. We do apologize for those audio glitches. Now, Dr. Clark did, he actually spoke with the gathering, and so we have a few excerpts from that.
I say to you, your hard work and sacrifices have not gone unnoticed. Notwithstanding the harsh and sometimes unfair criticism we face from some quarters, we are loved by the vast majority of the Jamaican people. We have never been as resourced as we are now as Jamaica's leading law enforcement organization, and my expectation, Minister, that we will continue to receive the resources required to do the most difficult job in Jamaica. As your Commissioner, my colleagues, as your Commissioner, rest assured I have your back. As you labor around the clock on the front lines and in the back office support and administration, you can count on me to do everything in my power to ensure that you have the resources and training to execute the mission. And believe me when I say that, I have been well taught. My friends, the JCF is at a point of inflection. We are forging forward in a slipstream of transformation that we are confident will expand beyond us to attract every law-abiding Jamaican to join our transformation journey. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a modern and modernizing police force. Our tradecraft is exceptional. Our policing methods and technologies are contemporary, innovative, making us the most advanced and admired police force in the region.
Now, attorneys representing embattled entertainer Adidja Vibes Cartel Palmer and Sean Storm Campbell have sought to defend the jury system against a recent push to have it eliminated. Senior attorney Bert Samuel says opponents relish the opportunity to use his client's case to help bolster their anti-jury sentiments. Celine Campbell reports.
The defense team for appellants Adidja Vibes Cartel Palmer, Sean Campbell, better known as Sean Storm, Andre St. John and Kahira Jones are distancing themselves from allegations surrounding their involvement in the bribery of embattled juror dubbed Juror X. Their response follows recent public backlash after the ruling of the Privy Council, which saw the conviction for the accused being quashed last Thursday.
We are of the view that the Privy Council at no time sought to connect the defendants, the appellants, with Juror X, who is alleged to have tried to bribe the jurors. There is no connection between the appellants and Juror X. Therefore, we do not think that there should be a mass attack on trial by jury in Jamaica.
In March 2023, Juror X was sentenced to 9 months in prison after being found guilty of attempting to pervert the course of justice. It was revealed he had offered 500,000 Jamaican dollars to other jurors, seeking to influence them to return a not guilty verdict in the murder trial. Attorney at law Bert Samuels says the instances of juror tampering are extremely rare. He suggests that the recent attack on the jury system is being used as an excuse by those who want to get rid of jury trials. Bert opines they want to use the case involving his client as an example to suggest the system is not working.
The person was put on trial and convicted, and we are not here to encourage any tampering with jurors. We think that trial by jury should be preserved, and in fact, as we review the Constitution, it should become part of the constitutional rights of Jamaicans.
The veteran attorney urges the public and commentators to desist from making negative comments about the appellants, as it could influence the outcome of their trial.
As the matter is now scheduled to go before the Court of Appeal to consider trial or no retrial, we ask that no adverse comments be made against the appellants or that they're involved in any wrongdoing, because if in the event the retrial is ordered, which we are going to fight vigorously to prevent, that would cause even further publicity, adverse publicity, which would injure the fair trial which the accused are entitled to.
Palmer and his co-accused have been in custody since September 2011 for the murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Following their conviction being quashed by the Privy Council, the case is now back before the local courts for a decision to be made on whether there'll be a retrial or the men acquitted. Celine Campbell for CVM News.
CVM News at 7 continues right after this break.
That many of my schoolmates have an unhealthy diet, especially at school, and now 23% of them are overweight and or obese. And so one less sugary drink at my school may mean one friend less, or 2 or 3, at risk of cavities or diabetes. And if we're served less foods high in saturated fats, sugar and sodium, it may reduce our risk from obesity, heart disease and high blood pressure. The solution is simple, right? Act now. Let's get unhealthy foods and beverages out of our schools.
A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
The best Burger King with the best tasting burger under the sun. You deserve the best. You are number one. Best. Flame grilling, juicy whopper, cause you deserve it. Yeah, next level, awesome. That's how we serve it. Mama menu done your way. To taste rules every day. Flame grilled goodness, you deserve it. Great taste, well done. More flavor, fresh fun. Burger King, best tasting burger under the sun.
Hi, I'm Makeda, and this is how I used to drive to work. Then I found my way around all of that hassle. Highway 2000 East-West made my commute quicker with no potholes, less gas station stops, and almost no traffic. Now I know my way around. Don't stress it, East-West it, and make Highway 2000 East-West your easy way.
We welcome you back now with another developing story. Family members of 27-year-old Romario Ricardo Sterling are demanding justice following his death last week. Sterling died in a fatal police shooting incident at his home in Bogwalk, St. Catherine on Thursday. The relatives are demanding answers for what they describe as an execution. Our reporter is Raman Gordon.
Something's not adding up. At least, that's the latest assessment from the family of Romario Ricardo Sterling, the man allegedly shot dead by security forces last week. Police reports are that at 8 o'clock Thursday evening, a team operating in Bogwalk, St. Catherine, came under fire from Sterling, who was fatally wounded. However, new CCTV footage obtained by CVM News brings the police's initial account into disrepute. That man in the white jacket is Sterling. He appears unarmed and seemingly compliant with the police request to kneel with hands behind his head. The footage quickly cuts to gunfire, so it's admittedly unclear what happened in the moments frozen on screen. But accounts from other residents in the area who chose to speak off the record are eerily similar. They all claim Sterling, who had a speech defect, was mostly quiet and childlike, rarely venturing outside the area.
In play marble from now till God come off of the cross. And then I wouldn't say nothing because they pick them in company. You understand? So when they must say him name Rifleman and he come from Mobile and in good on the 2 weeks ago go buy a rifle and come up with that's a foolishness because him not even know Mobile.
The police had claimed that Sterling travelled to the second city, Montego Bay, to buy a gun and ammunition. However, those claims have yet to be substantiated. Sterling's father describes the event as nothing short of an execution.
When the police them came and him come out with him hand on him head, that couldn't be a shootout. How that should be a shootout? Based with the video, we catch them with him on him hand and his head and his knee. I would like to know in that position if a gunman could shoot in that way.
He wants answers.
I don't mind that police officer could give me back my picnic live. For the justice system, when we wouldn't like him to get, they not gonna give me. If I wouldn't like to deal back with him myself, even if I talk to him too, stand up and talk to him.
CVM News contacted SSP Hopeton Nicholson, Superintendent of Police in St. Catherine South. He's acting in place of SSP Howard Chambers, Superintendent responsible for St. Catherine North. SSP Nicholson declined to comment on the matter, but says investigations are ongoing. Endicom was also on the ground last week following the shooting, and they too are conducting a probe.
We have the account from the police officers, and we now have an account or a visual account in parts from some CCTV. I know there's social media in relation to this matter, and that is being investigated with some considerable detail, because if that media is correct, it provides a very different account from the account that we've been provided by the police force.
Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
It was a fiery scene along a section of the PJ Patterson Highway close to the Maypen toll booth earlier today after a Toyota Corolla motorcar slammed into the median. Reports are that the driver swerved to avoid another vehicle. We caution viewer discretion as aspects of the footage may be disturbing. Ramon Gordon reports.
It was morning mayhem on the East-West Highway, commonly called the PJ Patterson Highway, Monday, after a Toyota Corolla motorcar slammed into the metal median and burst into flames. The driver, it's alleged, was avoiding a collision with another motor car when his vehicle lost control and careened into the guardrails. The mangled vehicle had 4 occupants who managed to escape, but not without receiving injuries and burns from the blaze. 1 man was on fire. Despite desperate attempts to extinguish the flames, there was seemingly little relief. He and the other men were shortly rushed to the Maypen Hospital. So far, there has been no reported deaths from the incident. Unit. Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
Now, after weeks of complaining about poor road conditions in Waltham Park, Kingston, residents are excited about the progress made since they spoke out. But as Trisha Gay Kelly reports, in the midst of their gratitude, they're pointing to another situation that could derail the strides.
It's a happy time for residents of Waltham Park, Kingston, as they celebrate the progress made in their community since they decided to make their issues known. 3 weeks ago, they voiced their concerns over the condition of the road. Now there's work being done, and the residents are overjoyed.
When the rainfall, when them use the the water soak. You know, the water soak that and lift it up. So that's why the road mash up, fast. So like how them use the concrete, it feels like the best.
A view shared by most residents who say the concrete was a good choice of material as it will be more durable and efficient to repair. Albert Palmer explains he has seen the benefit of using concrete roads in other areas.
The concrete is more safer more than the asphalt, because I see a project when them done on the same section and Waltham here out by East Road, and it worked. And it was only for havoc it used to create before. As them do it and the rainfall, it dig up back, and from them do it with the concrete, it is firm.
Despite their commendation for the work being done, a vendor in the area explains more work will be required to maintain the road since the manholes overflow when there is rainfall. This, he says, is the impact of changes made during previous reconstruction efforts.
Well, you see, the volume of water will come right off here, so. You see, if you don't have a weep hole tall enough to take the water off of the road, people still have to go stop till the water run off. And normally when we just know about them manhole and then they pan a hump, you know, like a car ram, you know, a slot. So that means that the body of the water can go in the manhole. But now it's not like that. It's flat. So we don't know. We have to just watch and see and pray God say everything all right with it.
The construction being undertaken by the National Works Agency started on March 7. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
And we will continue CVM News at 7 with our business segment right after this.
Of pizza. Pull out a grill and barbecue your own chicken for the perfect smoky, saucy, sweet barbecue flavor. Nah, you just call and collect. Or get delivery from Pizza Hut for the perfect barbecue chicken goodness.
Pizza Hut, yeah, we know pizza. Pizza Hut, barbecue chicken pizza. Yeah. Pizza Hut, full of sauce, well smoky, the best barbecue
we know
chicken
pizza. It's literally in our name.
Savings, savings, savings! It's a carnival of savings at home and things. Massive savings on new arrivals of Spanish and Brazilian tiles, mosaics, bathroom fixtures and faucets, windows, doors, and home decor that will make it say, oh gosh! The home and things carnival of savings deals to wait! Home and things preferred customers who know savings turn up loud. March down to Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's the home and things carnival of savings.
Tasty beat. Yes, me get the last cheese. Tasty beat.
Brothers and sisters, at the end of Easter service, we have
cheese. Tasty beat.
But one day we're getting a bun and cheese.
Tasty beat. Sell me some bun and cheese. Tasty beat.
Why, this would have gone nice with some tasty cheese.
Tasty beat.
Could I have some cheese, please?
Tasty beat. Make we get on real bad with the tasty cheese, boy.
Tasty cheese.
And it's now time for the business report.
In the business report today, many new buildings are going up, but so too are complaints from property buyers and homeowners who often claim they have received a bad bargain. At the heart of the issue is the matter of non-compliance from certain developers who ignore building codes and standards in hopes of saving a few bucks. Attorney at law Lacey and Smith now demanding that the government give teeth to the Building Act through firm enforcement.
They say it takes cash to care, and it does. If we don't have enough inspectors, certain things will go by the wayside. So, just as with private sector, putting money in, the government also has to put the money where the mouth is to make sure that the inspections are being done, and if there are problems, they're identified early enough so that they can be addressed.
Chairman of Jamaica Developers Association, Dayton Wood, is defending the work ethic of his members while admitting he is aware of others who operate on a rogue basis due to lengthy approval processes.
You do have some developers in Jamaica who are not members of the association, by the way, who go ahead and build because they can't wait, they don't want to wait, and they just go ahead and do what they want to do. And we're seeing the results.
Notwithstanding, he said the act is welcomed and advocates for further ventilation around the codes.
The new building code is actually quite rigorous. And as I said as an opening, it is a lot of the framework is there for climate resilience and sustainability. It needs to be properly advertised. Engineers need to be seized of that, or developers need to be seized of it, and or buying public needs to be aware of what is possible and what they should be demanding.
The 2018 Building Act took effect on January 15, 2019, and seeks to discourage squatter settlements from being built, promote sustainable development, and establish internationally accepted building standards and rules. And the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, is mobilizing financing to continue its Special Development Fund, SDF, an integral element of the bank's poverty reduction and sustainable development efforts. The SDF has dispersed over $2.1 billion in development financing during its current phase. To sustain its impact beyond the present cycle, the CDB is undertaking a replenishment exercise, aiming to increase contributions from existing donors and enlist new contributors.
Amidst the small island states of the Caribbean, where economic hardships are a reality for many, the initiatives of the Caribbean Development Bank's Special Development Fund are making a substantial difference.
I think we are uniquely placed in a space where we could better look at ways where community could play more of an active role in development interventions from the local space, but also contributing to national, regional, and international development.
And that was your business report. I'm Andrew Laidley.
Many of my schoolmates have an unhealthy diet, especially at school, and now 23% of them are overweight and or obese. And so one less sugary drink at my school may mean one friend less,
or two or three,
at risk of cavities or diabetes. And if we're served less foods high in saturated fats, sugar and sodium, it may reduce our risk from obesity, heart disease and high blood pressure. The solution is simple, right? Act now. Let's get unhealthy foods and beverages out of our schools.
A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
Just so good, cheesy's the taste is just so good. Cheesy's are the one and only, so cheesy crunchy, give me one please. Sunshine snacks, cheesy's, it's just so good. The whole crowd that's a cheesy, so cheesy, just so good. Yes, fella, can you feel me? Sunshine snacks, just so good. Number one taste, the whole place I say, just so good. Cheesy's the taste is just so good. Cheesy's are the one and only, so cheesy crunchy, give me one please. Sunshine snacks, cheesy's, it's just so good.
So Bonnie, you renew your road license yet?
Babes, the road have me away. I can't even find time, but you know money I have to make.
Because see, I shall out them money the back for late fee and record fee when you sit down make your road license expire upon you.
Well, transport authority so we can apply online, and that may go to now.
Operators of public passenger vehicles and commercial carriers, renew your road licenses now. A message from the Transport Authority. Call us 876-926-8912.
You heard right. CVM Sunrise now has its own YouTube channel. Catch up with the morning antics of our hosts to miss it.